Hi, Salam. This is Joan, and it's my July 2026 tape to discuss my progress as a Muslim, and it includes my prayers in English to Arabic translation. To start out with this is from Book 3 of the Quran, the family of Imran, and it's verses or ayat 26 to 27. O Allah, possessor of the kingdom, you give the kingdom to whom you will, and you take the kingdom from whom you will, and you endue with honor whom you will, and you humiliate whom you will. And your hand is the good. Verily, you are able to do all things. You make the night to enter into the day, and you make the day to enter into the night. Increase and decrease in the hours of the night and the day during winter and summer. You bring the living out of the dead, and you bring the dead out of the living, and you give wealth and sustenance to whom you will, without limit, measure, or count. And I did want to mention that sometimes when events happen, it's not the outcome that God wants to have happen. It's just the number of people in an area that believe in God or don't. And so it might take a lot longer when His will is accomplished. But the topics I'm going to discuss in this tape are my prayers and circumstances. Currently, I am still oppressed. I've been that way, and in September of this year, it'll be 3 years that I've been experiencing those. I did have a positive happen. I got a Florida ID, so I'm hopeful that everything is going to turn around soon. And then I didn't want to mention, I'm aware that in the Quran it says that Allah does not love oppressors, so I'm sure that will help. This tape will cover obligations of Shia Muslims beyond the 5 pillars of the faith. There are 10. What I've learned in July, I watched a video called Practical Spirituality, Maladies of the Tongue, and there were many new terms that I'll be looking into and learning about, but the tape covered positives about Sharia, and then I did want to mention I've been meeting some new Muslims. I've been receiving a lot of charity and compassion. I have been experiencing no housing, nor food, nor jobs providing income, so it's been really tough. Community Action here in Tallahassee, Florida did say that I was supposed to receive a job and move upward. It just hasn't happened yet. I've now turned 65. On July 24th was my birthday. I was told that I could live at the mosque. They were worried about me being on the street. And I'm going to cover the Iran war this year. Mostly I'm concerned about because my friend is from there. So as far as prayers, I'm still saying some in English and trying to learn more Arabic. I can say the Fatiha in Arabic and Maghrib prayer. Fajr is being done both in English and Arabic. And Duhr and Asr are still mostly English yet. As far as application of prayer, I'm preventing sin by the usage of marriage for relationships, even though many people around me think that marriage is a lost cause. And the righteous deeds I'm doing is that I've not joined the syndicate, which is organized crime and a network of criminals defined in a negative light. I've been raised in family contracts, which are solely a cash life. But the positive way of looking at organized crime is that, well, I've had a tough life. I've been 8 months now on the streets after living 10 years in an emergency housing situation because I was bullied for my belief in God. But the positives of organized crime is that the strength that it has It does even help religious people. All the hospitals we see, the large worship centers, governments, everything I've ever liked, candies and restaurants, those were all made using the help of organized crime. But that's why I'm having slow advancements economically. And the tape that I recently watched called Practical Spirituality, Maladies of the Tongue, I found it on Seekers Forum. It, like I said, is supportive of Sharia. It was made 1 year ago in the UK. The professor giving it was in Turkey, and it discussed how important it is to have a holy community or ummah, religious group, that we should live and die for one and fight for it. A Muslim asked me how I was doing recently, and I really enjoyed his conversation. I started crying because it wasn't easy for me, and he said, that's when we should fight. And oh boy, I wanted to note the differences I've learned. I was raised Christian. From being a Muslim, I was taught love and that whoever is greatest is the most humble. Whereas I've learned now that in Islam, the greatest is the most God-fearing, and to ignore the devil, which is anything that causes our faith to weaken. It did say that how one practices their religious laws will show or unveil a godly spirit, to not neglect Islam's obligations and to respect Islam's prohibitions. And so I was going to cover what I've learned about Shia obligations beyond the 5 pillars. And one is jihad, to participate in it, which is fighting our own sins, and then the communities, to educate the public and lift or increase their spirituality, to defend Islam, to encourage what is good and right, which is called MAROOF, Maroof, to forbid evil, which is called MUNKAR, Munkar, to show alignment with the righteous, to disassociate from enemies of God that cause doubt, to give 20% to Islam's leadership, that's in the Quran in Book 8, Ayat 41, that we should give 1/5 and also give to the needy. The Shia prohibitions, it says major sins is lying, fleeing a battlefield, which is KABAIR, accepting interest on money, which is usury or riba, that homosexuality is, that having no fear of godly retribution is, stealing from an orphan, substance usage, eating pork and food with blood in it. And then I was looking over Iran's losses in 2026. There have been 47 deaths that were leaders. They were from the military, defense, national security, deputy of public relations, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. And it's called Operation Epic Fury. There have been 7,650 military deaths, and the civilian death count ranges between 1,000 to 3,000. 4 of the leaders in Iran that died were, of course, the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, the Ali Shamkhani, Mohammad Pakpor, Aziz Nasir Zadeh, and then it talked about destruction of 20 hospitals, 36 schools, and 98 residential areas. As far as the United States, There have been 600 plus military deaths. I'm going to end this tape with another prayer. Indeed, to Allah we all belong, and to Him will return. O Allah, help us in these worrisome times. Protect us from in front, behind, from the right and left, from above, and I seek refuge in your magnificence from being taken unaware.